Hi gamers, welcome to my game room. AJ from Rolling with the Roc here, bringing you the inaugural episode of Roc Reviews. Today we'll be covering Thanos Rising, designed by Andrew Wolf and published by USAopoly. Let's get it to the table, get set up, show you how to play, and give you my thoughts on the game. Okay, so this is Thanos Rising set up on the table. I'm going to go ahead and go through the components real quick, and then I'll show you how to play a turn. You have the Thanos statue, which is very, very cool. Probably unnecessary, but has great table presence. I'm really glad they included that. You have the bonus tokens, which you get after you damage a villain. You have the deployment zone. Has 3 different sectors, and 3 asset cards will go around in each sector. You have your power dice in 4 different colors. Black represents cosmic, blue represents technology, green represents mystic, and red represents battle. You have the 2 black dice. One is the Thanos die, which will rotate Thanos left or right, make you re-roll the Infinity Stone die again, or activate all villains not in a sector with Thanos. And then this is the Infinity Stone die. Each time you roll a color, you add 1 of the yellow cubes to the Infinity Stone cards. And each card can hold 5 cubes. After that, you flip it over, and it has a negative power every time you roll that. The red cubes are for damage tokens, and you can apply those to villains or when Thanos and the villains hurt your heroes. And that's pretty much all the components. Everything is pretty good. My only complaint component-wise was in the base game, there was not enough damage tokens. At Gen Con this year, we did go to a secondary supplier and buy more of those. Now we have plenty. Just in the base game, we would play games where we ran out of red damage tokens. We would start using the yellow cubes. We would run out of those, and we'd have to go into another game and get something to supplement. That was a small issue. So now you want to play the game. I have 2 of the heroes set out here. I have Black Panther representing technology and Thor representing mystic. Now Thor is actually, he's a normal character in the game, but his base camp, which is Nidavellir, is actually a promo card. So it made Thor a 5th possible starting character. The other 3 are Doctor Strange, which represents Mystic. He's the original Mystic character. Captain America for Battle, and Gamora for Cosmic. So I chose these 2 because they have very good synergy with each other. Black Panther, gets 3 different red die and a blue die. And Thor starts with 2 red die, a green die, and a black die. So for Thor's turn, he'd get those 4 dice to start. But the very first thing you do on your turn is you take your team deployment token, Mjolnir there for Thor, and place it in a sector that you want to be in. In this case, Thor, it's always good to look at your starting character card and find out what character will get you an extra die right off the bat. In this case, Thor wants Cosmic, so I will go to this sector because that's where Groot is. He is the only Cosmic character on the board, so I want to get Groot. I take the 2 black dice and roll those. I would rotate Thanos to the left and add 1 yellow cube to the purple Infinity Stone. Then I take red cubes and damage every hero in a sector with Thanos, which includes myself, so Thor takes the damage. Then we look here at the General Outrider, and it says, if Thanos is in this sector, add 1 damage to any battle or technology heroes. Well, the Statesman is a mystic card, Groot is a cosmic card, And Thor is a mystic card, so that General Outrider does no damage to us. So we're done with the black dice. We go with our 4 starting die, and we roll. And we rolled exactly what we'd want to see. So when you roll, you have to assign at least 1 die. You may assign more than that, but you have to assign at least 1. There are no re-rolls until you assign a die. So in this case, we wanted Groot. We needed 1 Mystic and 2 Cosmic, and we rolled that on the very first try. So we assigned those to Groot. So at the end of the turn, I will get Groot's card. Now, I have a very slim chance of re-rolling these 2 red die and getting 2 battle and 1 technology to damage the General Outrider. I'm going to go ahead and roll. I didn't get it, but for this tutorial, I'm going to go ahead and say that I did. So I would apply both of those to the General Outrider and deal 1 damage to the villain. It requires 2 to defeat it, but you can only do 1 damage a turn, so that's a good start. And then I get 1 bonus token, which is an extra green die. That die can be used 1 time only, and can be used for any character. So now it's the end of the turn. We'll take the dice back. I get Groot, and when you recruit a hero, the damage is removed from that hero, and then they're added to your team. So on subsequent turns, Thor can assign 1 cosmic die to remove 2 damage from a hero. So Groot's a great starting character because he's easy to buy and he does healing. Your 2 biggest priorities, especially early in the game, are getting extra dice and getting cards that heal. And then your ultimate goal is to defeat a number of villains based on the difficulty level. The easy mode is 7 villains. The hardest possible mode right now is 12 when you include the 10 villains from the base game and 2 promo villains, which is Q-Ship and Sanctuary 2. So I would refill this spot left by Groot with another asset card. That is the Quinjet. And then it would be Black Panther's turn, and they would do the same thing. We try to help each other out with the bonus tiles, but Black Panther cannot assign a dice to Groot to activate his. You can only activate your cards in your team. And you go back and forth. Thanos is hurting your team and the heroes out here, trying to kill at least 10 heroes, or collect all 6 Infinity Stones, or kill all heroes on a single team. If he achieves any one of those 3, Thanos wins, the players lose. The players only win if they defeat a number of the villains set by the difficulty level, which is what I said, 7 to 12 villains. And that's Thanos Rising. It's a very, very fun game. I'm going to go ahead and change the camera angle, and I'll tell you my final thoughts. So what do I think of this game? In my opinion, Thanos Rising is the premier Marvel game on the market. I've played most of them and own many. Thanos Rising is my favorite. It beautifully captures the struggle of Infinity War trying to prevent the snap. As we know, the Avengers lose in that movie, and losing in this game is very thematic and a high probability. The difficulty level is there, especially with the dice rolls not going in your favor, with your starting 9 asset cards. If they come out poorly at the start of the game, it can be very difficult. You can lose this game very quickly. But you just shuffle the cards, reset, go again, and it's still fun. Assembling the team feels great. Activating great combos is a lot of fun. It's very, very enjoyable playing this game. There's not a lot wrong with it. Very little, to be in fact. And I love it. It's one of my favorite games. When I get around to doing a top 10 list, spoiler, you will see this game there. And I give Thanos Rising an Ultra Ball rating. So that'll do it for this episode. I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed that video, please help me grow by sharing with a friend, giving a like, and leaving a comment down below. For more content like this, subscribe to the channel up here. and click the notification bell so you never miss an episode. Also, check out some of my other videos, like this one, or that one. I highly recommend both. Until next time, this was Rolling with Roc.